Hey, Cosmic Superstars. Welcome to Honest Flow. My name is Teo, and as always, it's so lovely to have you here with me today. So, Honest Flow is a place where I simply have honest conversations, and really, I'm just going with the flow. I normally have some sort of intention or purpose or topic that I want to speak about, and from there, I just roll with it. And yeah, so most of my videos are unscripted, and I do apologize if I go off on tangents or, go around in different areas and talk about random things, but I always try to eventually bring it back to the topic. So today's video is actually about the body, mind, and soul connection. And just a little FYI, if I refer to soul, heart, or spirit in this particular video, I'm probably referring to the same thing. Okay. I'm going to be using those words interchangeably. I had to repeat that slowly because I can't say that word fast. Yep. So, what actually sort of prompted me to do this video was actually I had a posture training session with Seb or Sebastian from Posture Link. Hi, Seb, and also hi, Janie. Janie is Sebastian's wife, who is actually my massage therapist, and I met Seb through Janie. So hello to you guys, and shout out to Posture Link. Highly recommended, and yeah. Anyway, so I was having a conversation with Seb, and we were just talking about, the spiritual path because, I'm planting seeds in Seb's mind right now. I'm kind of introducing him to numerology. And yeah, and then I was just talking about how, I think we were both kind of agreeing that with spirituality and fitness and all that, it's sort of a holistic thing. Like when you're working on yourself, you want it to be holistic. And I was like, yes, definitely. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to do this video in particular, because I want people to understand that the spiritual path is not just working on your, soul and mind or emotional and mental states, spiritual states. It's everything. Because, as you are humans in this human body, it's a connection to everything, a connection to your physical body, to your mind, to your heart, to your soul, to your spirit, right? It's not just working on one area. And what I do sort of notice and what I have observed is that people who go on this spiritual path kind of get lost at some point and forget about the body and just get really sort of just into the spiritual areas, the mind, the emotional states, the healing, the heart healing, and then they sort of forget the body. On yeah, if that makes sense. And I know that people who go out there and do qigong and yoga and stuff, but there are moments where I'm thinking, are you doing it because you want to get your body fit, or are you doing it for the look, for the badge? Because as I believe Muji said, beware of wearing spiritual badges. And what I believe he means by that is when you're sort of doing things or adopting certain practices, wearing certain clothes, maybe stamping yourself with spiritual tattoos to sort of show the world that, hey, I'm spiritual. But you have to understand, spirituality is not a look. Spirituality comes from in here, connection to the heart, connection to the higher powers, and knowing that you're connected to everything around you and respecting that. That's what spirituality is. Anyway, so yeah, I have noticed that in spiritual communities, some people get so lost in one area and forget or neglect other areas. And to truly be happy, to truly attain soul satisfaction, and just move in this world joyfully, you have to connect everything. It can't just be one area. You've got to get it all balanced. It's all about balance. This whole world is designed to teach us how to be in balance and integrate everything and work with everything and not shun one thing and only take one another. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's about non-separation, not separation. So, yeah. And the thing is, on the other end of the scale, like you might see people who get really addicted to their physical fitness. So, working out all the time, gym junkies, that type of thing, and or just like really pushing themselves and doing all this stuff, making themselves look absolutely beautiful. Yet they have not worked on the emotional state, their mental state. They have not done any work on the mind and soul or spirit or heart. They haven't done that stuff. So they're ignoring that stuff. And then they assume that they're going to be happy just doing this gym workout and practices. But you've got to pull everything together. For true happiness, for true fulfillment, you have to pull it all together and not just focus on one or the other. It has to be everything. The whole is everything. And, you have to also know that we are both light and dark as well. And we all have shadows and it's never going to go away. We all have egos and it's never going to go away. It's part of who we are and we have to accept all these things. But I feel like there's still some circles or communities out there who sort of shun certain things, and I'm sick and tired of the separation. This is why I'm building this channel. This is why I'm talking about these things, because I don't want to see this separation anymore. I don't want us to get further and further out. And here's another thing. There's so many labels right now, so many labels that people are identifying with. And, I acknowledge the labels. I acknowledge that people are different, but people have always been different, right? But don't get too attached to them. Please try not to get too attached to them, because at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is we're simply spirits in human form. We are human. It doesn't matter if we're in the male body, the female body, or we're in a body that we're trying to morph, and it doesn't matter about our preferences and all that. We're just spirits in a human body trying to have a human experience. And what is this human experience about? It's about learning. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to understand. And you know what? We're here to love and connect as well. But yeah, so I just wanted to sort of shine a little bit light on that area, the body, mind, soul connection, and get people to really think about or ask deep questions like, where am I putting most of my focus on and where am I not? Like, what parts of my well-being am I neglecting? Is it my physical well-being, my mental well-being, my emotional well-being, my spiritual well-being? Like, which area am I neglecting? And really start branching out in those areas and doing the work. Okay. It's important, especially if you want to really be happy and yeah, just feel more vibrant in this life. I feel like if you can get all those areas right, you're just going to be in the, I wouldn't say perfect state because there's no such thing as perfect, but I feel like you'd be in a very good place and you'd feel more at peace and calm. And I'll be totally honest with you. I've always felt that, well, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, whatever, I feel like my mental state has always been my strongest point. And then the last couple of years, I've been working a lot on my emotional state. But the last area and the area that I actually really neglected a lot was my physical body. And I wasn't very accepting of this body, if I can be totally honest. I've always hated this body and I used to curse myself and say some really awful things. I actually have a diary from like 20 years ago when I was like 16, and even the first few pages, like throughout that diary, like scattered around, there's some pretty dark comments about my body. Like I was berating myself. I was like, "You're such a effing ugly anorexic bitch. You should die. You deserve to die." Like that was my mental state when I was younger, in my teenage years and in my primary school years. And I think a lot of people wouldn't realize that because, a lot of people meet me and see me as this really optimistic, happy-go-lucky person, but they don't realize how far I've come and how much I've had to push myself to shift my mental state, to move away from those negative thoughts. But I also feel like the people you hang around also sort of have a influence. Sorry, that was weird. Sort of influence your mental state as well. Like they can sort of plant seeds, and I feel like I was around a lot of people that weren't very good for my mental well-being. They were a little bit toxic, and I don't know if they'll ever admit to being toxic, but when people are like sort of throwing backhanded comments or compliments at you, it does affect you. And if it's constantly over the years, it does, yeah, play a part in your mental state, right? But yeah, so where was I going with this? Going off on tangent. Oh no, lost mind's gone. Okay, let's just go straight into body. So yeah, my body is the area that I really loathe. Oh yes, so I was talking about my diary and how I really loathe my body. Yes, I've always loathed my body. Okay, so sorry, just remembered. And yeah, so it was the last area that I really wanted to work on. I was just like, what can I do with this body? And people probably, I know there are people out there that's like, you're so lucky because you're so skinny. Rah, rah, rah. I was like, but what people don't realize is I have a pot belly, and I've always had a pot belly. And, this is something that I've, how do you say, adopted from my mother. This is part of her gene pool, I guess. Yeah, like people think because I have these lanky arms and these lanky legs that I'm just slender all over, but no, that's not true. I have this pot belly that I'm very self-conscious about, and I've always been self-conscious about my face. I've never seen myself as anyone pretty. I just see myself as very average, normal. Yeah, and so I find it funny that people or out there would say things like, oh, she thinks she's all that, she thinks she's so hot. I'm like, no, I have never thought that. What the F, man? Do you even know me? Do you? No, I know that I'm just the plain average Jane. And I know that I have a lot of really, really good looking friends. Like some of my friends, people are like, ooh, who's your friend? And, I always have people who want to be my friends to meet my friends. Right. But yeah, I always find it really interesting because some of my friends who are really, really beautiful, they still have low self esteem. Like I can see it in them. Like I've always been able to pick it up. I'm like, I don't understand why you're threatened by me when you're that good looking. Like seriously, you've got the perfect features. Like people are like, yeah, I'm sort of getting lost now. But yeah, so I've never been very happy with this body, but I realized that I should be, and I should be happy about it now. Especially, yeah, because it is my body, and I feel like everyone should be happy with their bodies and should really actually work on their bodies. And I'm not here to say, oh, everyone should go get fit and do this and that. It's entirely up to you what you want to do or what fitness or healthy looks to you. But I do feel that when you work on your body and reconnect with your body and do things to pamper your body, especially, there's this feeling that starts to grow and you just feel a little bit happier and you feel more boosted, like energized. And my sort of self-love journey or self-body love journey started around 2020 actually, and it started with acupuncture treatments, and I was actually getting them quite regularly, almost weekly for a whole year. And yes, it was expensive, but I could afford it. Okay. And anyway, it was very, very helpful for me because yeah, I've always had actually since whenever since the beginning, I've always had very irregular periods, very up and down, 30-day cycles, 40-day cycles, 80-day cycles. It's just like jumping all over the place. And yeah, then I went and got acupuncture because, I heard someone mention it and I was like, I was curious. And then I found one that's just down the road from me. And shout out to Dr. Carolyn Shong. Hello. Um, anyway, yeah, and she's just been really helpful and was able to regulate my period. So it's more normal. I wouldn't say normalized, like it's not within the 28-day cycle, but it's within a cycle that suits me and is regular for me in my body. But yeah, so that was the beginning of it. And then I started seeing also a dental hygienist because guess what? I didn't see dentists for like 10 years or something because I don't know why. This is how bad I am with my body and loving myself. Right? I didn't see a dentist for 10 years, and then I did. But I'll, I'll be totally honest with you. the reason I started seeing the dental hygienist again is I had this infection in the back of my jaw on one side, and then I grew this puffy face, and there was my wisdom tooth, and then I had to get it pulled out. And then 1 month later, the other side of my face got swollen too, and I had to pull all three. And then I ended up just pulling all of my wisdom teeth out in the second moment because it was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. And from there on, I started seeing the dental hygienist more regularly. And it's so funny because I didn't realize how bad it was because, whenever I brush my teeth, I would get bloody gums. And, for me, I thought that was normal. That's just how it has always been. And I accepted that. And then after I started seeing my dental hygienist, and then probably after 6 months of seeing it, I noticed a big difference. I don't bleed anymore. Like my gums don't bleed anymore. And I was just like, I really have been really bad with this stuff. And even when I'm sick, I don't go to see the doctors or go, yeah, I'm just so bad. But that's just my body journey, right? My body journey story. And I'm getting really real with you guys. I'm sharing this out in public, but I want to be real. I want to tell you guys the truth. I don't want to be the person, oh, I'm so healthy. I don't have any problems. Blah. I'm just going to give it to you. It's like, I had really bloody gums. I didn't go to see the dentist for 10 years. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's not to say I had bad breath or anything. Didn't brush my teeth. I did that, but I just didn't take care of myself in the right ways, and I wasn't really exercising or doing anything. And I eat junk. I still do eat junk, to be honest. I'm not that healthy. People think I am, but I'm not that healthy. But I'm not that unhealthy either, I feel. Anyway, and yeah, and then after a year into getting acupuncture, I moved on to sort of other things. So I started pampering myself. I started actually getting regular massage treatments, and I just love it. Thank you, Janie. So hi, Janie from Posture Link, and yeah, hi, Janie from Posture Link. And then Janie actually introduced me to her husband, Sebastian or Seb, who is actually a posture trainer or posture and personal trainer. And anyway, he started working on me, and I feel like I'm just so glad that I went on this path, this self body love journey, because my posture is, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's so much better than it was before because, honestly, when I was a child growing up, I had very, very low self esteem because of all the things that sort of I was going through. And, it was more like just feeling very different and then clearly being alienated for being different and getting teased all the time for being soft, sensitive, crybaby, blah, blah, blah. And, all the words really hurt me and just made me really want to kind of hide in a shell. And so I developed these really rounded shoulders and I was just like really bad. But ever since seeing Seb, and I think it's maybe it's over 6 months, but I'd say about 9 months potentially 9-ish months of seeing Seb, I feel like I've improved so much. I mean, there's still a lot more work to do, but my posture is so much better. And I'm so glad I saw Seb as well because like it was before my wedding. So I felt like even at my wedding, I just felt so much more confident in myself because I didn't have those rounded shoulders. Like I was just a little bit better. I mean, like I said, I wasn't perfect, but my posture was so much better. And I'm so glad that I saw Seb. So shout out to Seb as well from Posture Link Australia. Is it Australia? But yeah, to be honest, I'm doing this video because actually the conversation with Seb, did I mention it in this video? I don't even know. But yeah, the conversation I had today with Seb, my posture trainer, triggered or prompted me to do this video about body, mind, soul connection. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of jump on and talk about it briefly. I'm saying briefly, but I have no idea how long this recording is going for. Yeah, just something for everyone to really think about and to really just ask yourself some serious questions about what has your focus been on and where has your focus not been on? Where are you neglecting? And how do we bring balance back into our lives? Because you have to think, think in a holistic manner, think holistic well-being, means to not only work on your physical body, but you need to work on your mental state, your emotional state, your spiritual state. It's mind, body, mind, soul, heart, all of it. That's if you really want to find true happiness. You can't just focus on one. Yeah. I'm just thinking if there's anything else I really want to add into this mix. No, I think that's it. I think you should get the point of what I'm trying to say, or the intent, the purpose. And really, that's me reminding you to keep it balanced, because balance is the key in this world. Balance in all aspects, and understanding that everything is beneficial, and to not separate and just do one thing, but experience it all. Yeah. Thank you for sitting here with me, or lying down, however you're watching, listening to this. I am really appreciative. And yeah, I don't have any followers really right now, but I do want to say to my future clan, thank you so much for your time. And I just hope that I can spark something in someone and help people to really just work on themselves and reach their highest potential. And I want people to know that no matter what you've been through, you can still grow, you can still succeed. Like, don't let any of your struggles, challenges, and past experiences, no matter how bad they were, define you and stop you and limit you from growing, because you can grow. And to be honest, there's a saying that I really love, and it's like, without challenge you cannot grow. And that's the truth, and that's the whole truth of this world, this experience, earth. We're all here to grow. And so know that challenge really is opportunity. And yeah, thank you for your time. I love you guys so much. And yeah, if you want to share some comments, positive comments only, then yeah, I command you only positive. Pop them down there. If you want to know when I post, then hit the notification bell. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. For any potential stalky, hatery people, all I'll say is just be careful what you put out there, because it will always be returned to you tenfold. So be careful. That is all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.